someone, or are you personally battling a drug and alcohol addiction? Why are so many people addicted today? And why have so many people died as a direct result of this disease? If you've been affected by this problem and want answers like we do, then join us in our efforts to face this disease. Our purpose is to examine the truths, expose the lies, and uncover and provide resources to this affliction. Come, join us in this journey.
Hello, my name is Justin Shook. I'm the Executive Director of Good Road Recovery Center located in Bismarck. So Good Road Recovery Center opened at the end of 2018, so we just hit our 5-year mark last month.
How long?
So I started a little over 2.5 years ago as a case manager, and I have just recently obtained my position as Executive Director in the last couple of weeks. So I'm still learning and still training. So the expansion that took place last month just provided a new office space for us, a couple of new group rooms, a talking circle room. It allowed us to serve more clients and more comfortably provide areas for our staff. So Good Road Recovery Center is a drug and alcohol treatment center primarily focused on substance abuse. However, we also provide treatment services for mental health, behavioral health as well. When clients get into treatment, they start here at Good Road Recovery Center in Bismarck for residential services, and after they graduate from those services, they move into intensive outpatient or maybe even aftercare. They move into sober living homes, and we have access to all of those resources through our tribe. So my position at Good Road Recovery Center is Executive Director as of recently, but for 2.5 years I was case manager for the male clients that were in residential treatment. And what I did for 2.5 years is coordinate, legal circumstances for each client. I coordinated discharge planning, whether it's going to sober living or going back home. I helped clients get, identification. I helped them get back on health insurance. I helped them reunite with their families. I helped them with therapy and just things like that. Honestly, case management was just for whatever any client needed at the time. Now that I've moved into Executive Director, I am now moved kind of out of the direct support and moved into more of an oversight role. So I'm in extremely important meetings now for a couple of weeks, just planning and developing and still trying to work towards growing and, doing everything that I can to be able to serve more of our tribal members. And that's just the only goal. So we have 16 residential beds at Good Road Recovery Center, 8 for males and 8 for females. There are only a couple weeks out of the year where we have any open beds at all. We usually have a waiting list. So yeah, we serve 16 people at a time for residential services. For outpatient, it grows a little bit more. So there is no specific time standard that people come and sit for residential services. It's usually anywhere between a month to 3 months. It depends on the severity of the case and whether they come from home or from other incarceration services or anything like that, whether they come from the Justice Center or Burleigh County or even from out of state. We bring them in here, and it's anywhere usually from 1 to 3 months. So the primary objectives for each client from entry to exit of all of their treatment services is obviously to encourage lifelong sobriety. So number one is just to get them sober, but it takes a lot more than it takes a lot to get somebody truly sober for their life. So what we focus on, and this is one of the best things about Good Road Recovery Center. In fact, we're one of the only treatment centers in the country that do it like this, but we focus a lot on the cultural piece of treatment. We provide, opportunities for sweat and Sundance. We go to powwows. We go to, we have, meditation every morning. We smudge every day, maybe a couple times a day even. We focus on well-briety as opposed to, other things in treatment. For example, we're sitting in the talking circle room right now that was just, that we just got during the expansion. And this room right here is focused on, community and sharing and compassion and growth for Native American men and women. Every morning their clients are in here at 8:30 every day to smudge and meditate and pray. So we do focus on the 12-step program as a facility as well. Well-briety, it kind of focuses on the intersection of the 12-step program as well as our cultural practices. So we do attend meetings every night, 7 days a week at the minimum, sometimes even 2 in 1 day on the weekends. We have big book studies every day. We have big book studies every day for our clients. They participate in the 12-step program for hours every single day, as well as the cultural piece. It's almost safe to assume that every single client that we have in here, man or woman, has dealt with some version of generational trauma. Most grew up in homes that were abusive of drugs and or alcohol, and this has just been a cycle that Native Americans have dealt with for at least 3 or 4 generations by now at the minimum. Each client that has endured generational trauma has also experienced usually some form of drug or alcohol abuse in the home. So a big portion of what we do here at Good Road Recovery Center is do our best to reunite, or at least encourage the reunification of families. So if clients have uncles, grandparents, parents who they've had some broken relationships with over the last 20 years or however long it is, we do our best to try to reunite them and bring them together. We focus a lot on the family aspect of treatment. We value how close our community is, and we value the camaraderie that each of us have with the next person. So I've seen countless success stories after people leave Good Road Recovery Center. Some individuals go so far as coming back to work with us as well. We have a few cases of that, and this is exactly what we want to see. We want to see people grow into their new selves that they hadn't even experienced before being addicted to drugs and or alcohol. So from an administrative standpoint, there are a few obstacles that we've had to deal with, for the past couple of years actually. So as I had already mentioned, we have a wait list, and we always kind of have a wait list. We always have people that want to get in here. There are rarely open beds. So one thing that we have to deal with is the obstacle of trying to grow. Now, we just had the expansion, but we're doing everything we can to also get new cottages and open up at least 16 more beds for newer clients to have more than 16 at one time. And the obstacle there is that are just federal regulations that don't necessarily allow building more than 16 beds at one time, just as of today. So we're just trying to work on expanding our services to more and more clients. We have so many people back home who just need help, and they want help. And on a more personal level, some of the obstacles that I've seen in clients are just, sometimes they get started and they're just not ready to do it. They have sometimes family issues come up or some legal issues, and they just decide that they don't necessarily want to deal with this right now because it's this is a really tough time period for clients when they get here. We're the residential cottage. We're the first line of defense in fighting against drug and alcohol addiction. So oftentimes people are just getting sober for the very first time when they come here. So it's only it takes a couple days for you to truly become sober, but it takes a long time for your brain to overcome what those addictions do to you. So it takes a long time to overcome what those addictions do to you, sometimes even years. It's a lifelong battle against addiction once you're at that level. So clients come in for meditation in the mornings, and then they have 3 hours of group until lunchtime, and then they eat lunch in our cafeteria downstairs. Then they have 3 more hours of group, and those group sessions include, Wellbriety, yoga, exercise. We have sweat during the day sometimes, and definitely at night, at least once or twice a week. So every night of the week, we have residential technicians who are able to transport clients to a local meeting, and that changes every day. They go to a different one throughout the city every day, and sometimes even on the weekends they hit more than one. We do weekend activities for clients as well. We try to make it a little more fun as well, a little more community-based. We can go to movies, we go bowling and stuff on the weekends, we go to the YMCA often, and we just try to encourage happy, healthy, daily activities for when they leave here, they have just kind of more options of what they want to do with their free time. So when the client is ready to leave, we start to begin the discharge planning process and that includes the client's counselor, the client's case manager, technicians, everybody involved, which is a lot of people in that client's case. What we do to prepare them is what we do to prepare the clients is we have a couple of life skills group sessions throughout the week. We do relapse prevention programs. We do therapy sessions with the clients that continue for as long as they want to after they leave here, and it can be on Zoom and just things like that. We would just make people comfortable and feel supported when they leave. Most of the time when clients leave residential services, they go to sober living. After clients complete residential services, they move to sober living most of the time, and they do outpatient services or aftercare and receive support through various angles there. Good Road Recovery Center has some of the best staff members in the entire world. Each staff member that is employed here comes to work every day with passion to help. Everybody's singular goal here is to get MHA enrolled members sober for the rest of their lives, and that's what we all come here to do every day. Many of the employees are enrolled as well themselves. Some of the staff members are in recovery themselves for longer periods of time. Some of the staff members have been in this field for longer than 10, 15, 20 years, in fact. So people have truly dedicated their lives to this effort, and we have some of the most dedicated people underneath this ceiling. So we just recently had an expansion of Good Road Recovery Center that opened up a second floor with new office spaces and new group rooms and a talking circle room as well. At the grand opening, we had Chairman Fox was present. We had Governor Burgum was also present. We had a few legislative members. We had a few congressional members. To reference some of what Governor Burgum said, he was very happy and very pleased. He was excited for us, in fact, of the expansion. He's really happy that we're doing what we do here. His administration also has an importance with long-term sobriety and really fighting the addiction battle that the entire country is fighting right now. So we're lucky to have a governor who is very supportive of what we're doing here. And he was just really excited with what we have going as of now and encourages our expansions. So Good Road Recovery Center is entirely dedicated to long-term sobriety for MHA enrolled members. If you have any person that you know, maybe yourself, family member, that is struggling, please reach out. We have people dedicated to answering a hotline phone that you can call at any time of any day, just to receive services. So if you're interested, the hotline number is 701-421-8869, and I encourage anybody with a problem to call that. We're here to help, so let us help. So I want to say it's around 2015 and 2016, our Chairman Fox and our administration decided that we were going to start to fight the opioid pandemic that our people are experiencing. You know, our people had been fighting alcoholism for 100 years now, and now it's just a different fight that we're up against. So luckily, our administration and Chairman Fox had built this treatment center to fight that specifically for enrolled members of MHA Nation. So it did take a couple of years. It didn't open until 2018, but since then we've helped hundreds, if not thousands, of enrolled members fight this addiction. We've reunited families, we've reunited relationships that were inevitably broken, and we have gotten people back to who they wanted to be. When you're addicted to substances like this, you're not really yourself. You're not who you want to be, you're not who you actually are. You break relationships with people that are really important to you. So we want to rebuild that. We want you to be who you actually are.
My name is Justin Baker. I'm the MHA Sober Living Program Supervisor. We work out of the Clyde Baker Recovery Center.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Dickens. I am the female assistant supervisor for MHA Sober Living. I'm also from Bismarck here.
Hi, I'm Craig Hudson. I'm the point of contact supervisor for MHA Recovery Services and work out of the Clyde Baker Recovery Center building. I've been in Bismarck for about 10 years now.
I'm Morgan. I'm the assistant supervisor for the point of contacts, and I also live here in Bismarck and have worked here for over a year now.
We provide a safe, sober environment for people that are coming out of treatment, or an option where maybe they don't need treatment or they've been to treatment multiple times. We're kind of like, we're a long-term program. We teach them certain skills, we build character with rules, just how to exist in a normal human setting. And then we also connect them with different 12-step programs. We connect them with whatever spiritual avenue that they want to take. If it's, we have so many different walks of life when it comes to recovery through spiritual means. IOP, they'll go there for the day. We'll transport them there in the morning, and they're there all day. It's not Monday through Friday. They have different types of groups.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the next step. People, treatment typically is 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. And when we look at somebody's life, that's the blink of an eye. But it's a good first place to be, and it's good to address. Treatment will kind of address the trauma. They'll kind of safely separate you from the things that brought you there in the first place. They can introduce you to kind of laying that foundation for recovery, and then when they've successfully completed that, there needs to be a next step, there needs to be a next plan, and that's where kind of sober living and point of contacts is where we come in, and a lot of that is just kind of like Justin said, teaching accountability, and integrity, hard work, principled action, right? And a lot of that is through kind of going back to the basics. Pretty much everybody that we we employ, everybody that point of contacts, we try to really have everybody be in active recovery. There's an identification, there's a connection that they're able to share with the clients that come in, because they've been right there. They've sat in those meetings, they've shed those tears, they've felt those emotions, and so there is a connection that is very unique and kind of different than that sort of clinical, that kind of therapeutic setting. And what we find is that that connection is kind of priceless in sort of creating that foundation for that, because then what we believe and what we see and what we do is that they are then tasked, they are asked, they are kind of given that belief that what they do next is carry that to the person who comes after them, that is sitting in that same chair, and so it's a low cost way of what recovery looks like, if that makes sense.
When you get out of treatment, then what? For a long time, I think part of what point of contacts are trying to do in the communities is re-educate families and let them know that just because you went to treatment doesn't mean that they're gonna your child or your loved one's gonna come back here. No, there's more to it, and we're that we're that next step.
One of the roles that we have as point of contacts is working in the community. Myself, I like to, we try to work with families and people that have left sober living, left inpatient, and are back home, and trying to make it work, trying to figure out how to go to work every day, take care of their kids, deal with CPS, you name it, everything. And so we have folks back home in each segment. We do a lot of different things, transports and just a lot of different things, but like I said, we also work with, we just did an event with the families back in November, and so we tried to invite our LACs from Good Road, have them come and share some coping techniques and just different things like that. We just brought some good food over and some prayer and just tried to just listen, It all works hand in hand with what these guys do at Sober Living, what they do up at the inpatient center, outpatient. So we're trying to, just like you said, fill the gaps, and there's always more that we can do, there's always more, and so we just try to work a little bit at a time, do what we can do, focus on what we're already doing, try to make the most of it, and just keep building. So
350 Tribes tasked different programs that were working in recovery to unify and come under an umbrella. They tasked the health administrator to create an umbrella of services. So within this umbrella, you have let's picture like an umbrella, and there's a line going across, right? And there's all of these services that work together. So MHA intake on the front end, Good Road inpatient. You also have Partial Resource Center. You have Circle of Life. There's different programs. Hope and Healing, Healthy Skins. So there's all these programs. Good Road itself is one of those programs within the umbrella. And that's what we're trying to, part of what POCs is trying to do is trying to educate, there's these different programs that all work together for the same mission. So MHA Sober Living program itself, it has its own sober livings in every community. For so long, there was a lot of community members, myself included, a lot of us in early recovery, we had nothing, right? We had nowhere to go. But these people were going all over the United States and then coming back to nothing, right? So the council saw this, and some concerned citizens, concerned MHA members said, this has to stop, let's address this. And it's been the push of council and Chairman Fox, an initiative such a beautiful thing to be a part of, because we know that we're having direct impact, not just on one person, but entire families. Communities are being affected by this. So I love coming to work every day.
I think as long as like the primary purpose is understood, right? And what's the primary purpose? To help the members become free from drugs and alcohol, reunite families, clear up their legal problems. That's the primary purpose, right? So if the primary purpose is this way, as long as everybody sort of is understanding and pushing in this way, different ideas, different things, those are great, right? And that's kind of one thing that we do down here at this building, like, let's throw some ideas at the wall. Let's see what sticks. If it makes sense, let's pursue it. If it doesn't, let's flush it, move on to the next thing. Yeah.
And what we're doing, I do oversee the women house managers and what they're doing. I mean, we keep in contact, phone, text messaging, whatever it is. And for the most part, like, I mean, they're pretty hands-on, obviously, and kind of know what they're doing. So I don't have to be like too involved, but still like to be involved in decision making. So I kind of, leave it to them. Following policy and procedure. Really, we do have rules, that are for the houses and for our staff. But they do a really good job.
If you're in an emergency, you can't stop drinking or stop doing drugs, and you want help, please call the hotline 701-421-8869. They'll answer their phone 24/7. There'll be someone on the other line that can help you get connected with some help.
You can call, you can text. They'll answer text messages. Some of us are afraid to make that phone call, but shoot them a text. They will respond.
This building used to be a Good Road IOP clinic, so they used to have IOP services down here. We have point of contacts, we have MHA intake, and sober living now down here. And then Good Road moved up north after the expansion. So the building itself was dedicated to Clyde Baker. Clyde Baker was my grandpa. He had one of the very first transitional living, sober livings back in Newtown, and he was heavy in recovery back in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s. So when he passed away, he had passed away with 40 years of sobriety and helped a lot of individuals. So it was an idea that we took with and ran, not me, myself, it was my idea because it's my grandpa, but because he had such a strong influence in recovery. Right now we have 100 guests in beds right now. So we have a lot of people. So we need all the space down here. That's why we're down in the basement. These are some of the events we put on, but these are what we do on the reservation, recovery on the plains, bringing a lot of speakers. Last year we had close to 400 people in our event on the reservation last year.
I remember standing in the middle of a field, calling the police department, asking them to please call me back. I want to report my sister missing, but I didn't get a call back.
When my mom asked me to start looking for her, that's when it really hit me. I'm like, oh my God, she really is missing.
When I first met Heather, I asked her, what can I do to help?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
The Medicine Wheel ride started back in 2019. Women were sharing stories about domestic violence. One of the riders, her daughter was murdered. It was just like one after another saying, well, what can we do on this epidemic, of MMIW?
That ache inside of your chest never goes away. The love you have for them never dissipates.
We believe in a cause, and that's what our patch on the back of our jacket represents. We represent sisterhood.
So once you do a survey, you can go out in the front yard and grab an egg, and then it'll have a ticket inside, and then that will be whatever you want inside the prize. And then we're also doing a drawing for the star quote here after you get your egg.
All of the eggs are right there, so you just pick your egg, and then based on whatever egg you pick, I'm gonna go and then get a prize. So here's some winners. Is that what you guys got? Yeah. Nice. Where did you find your egg? Which one did you take?
It was a green one over there.
Oh, see that? All right, well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. I'm giving my egg.
Perfect.
Let's see. Let's see. Yay! Thank you so much. Woo! Be sure to visit MHA Veterans Center on Tuesdays and Thursdays for lunch and haircuts.
Oh, this is Preston Danks over here. He's our barber. He's one of our veteran service officers. He's like multi-talented. So we have this kiosk over here, and this is a portable barber shop. It runs off 120 volts, hot and cold water. We got it to Devil's Lake, North Dakota. A veteran also too helped make it and sold it to us. So we're really blessed. If you get a chance, veterans come down and get a free haircut for veterans, and that's what we want to try to promote here. You know, haircut and a meal. If you can come over here, that would be really great. And so we have our facility. This is a Veterans Affairs building, MHA Veterans Affairs. We teamed up with JC Java here because they provide a great service and everybody loves their brand and stuff. And so veterans, you can come down and get a free coffee with a +1 here. So, and also she does serve regular customers also, but veterans get a free latte and we get a free meal here too. And veterans can get a free haircut.
And does Joy have a coffee for me?
I do. You're Americano. Would you like half the cup or oat milk?
Weights over here and stuff like that, just so when veterans come in, they can use the track and walk all the way around still too. So.
Newtown City Library. Hi. So we're encouraging you to join us on April 8th, 2024 at 12:30 at Crowflies High, because we all expect y'all to come over to Crowflies High with us for the viewing party of the Total Eclipse.
Hi, I'm Amy. I'm the director here at the library at the NHSC College.
And I'm Piper. I'm the librarian.
We have these really cool glasses.
They're free. You can come and pick them up here at the library anytime from 8 to 5. We will be, or Crowflies High, at noon till I think 2 or 2:30. So, and we will also have the glasses up there. So come on up and check it out.
You can start picking up here or at the college. So Newtown City Library or Singing Spring Library, you can pick them up yourselves and then join us. Amy and I are going to, or Amy and Kim will be down at Crowflies High. Yay!
Don't forget that it's on April 8th.
Stop by the college library.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
We understand you have some solar glasses here at the library.
We do. Yeah, solar glasses. They're all the way from NASA.
Thank you.
Woo!
We're all the way from the North Pole.
No,
Merry Christmas!
There we go.
Love it. Yeah, do you need some for your elves?
No, we got them covered. They have to work.
Yes. Oh my gosh! I love it. Thank you, Santa.
Thank you.
Aww, thank you. I just want one candy cane.
April Fools!
April Fools!
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.